We'll take a look at how we import asset data into the Site Manager using a CSV or comma-separated values file. I've opened a CSV file in Notepad and I've opened the same file in Excel. It's much easier to work with in Excel, but in Notepad we can see what the file really is. It's just a text file where the first line has the column headings separated by commas, and each line starting with the second one is an asset record, again with the data fields separated by commas. If you look at the Asset Management page in Site Manager and click the gear icon for Settings, you have the list of columns that are being displayed in the Asset table and the list of columns that you could add. Any of these columns can be included in the data that you import into Site Manager. Looking at our CSV file in Excel, there are some things to keep in mind. You don't want any blank lines until the end of your data. So line 1 is the column headings and lines 2 to the end are your data records. Any data field, if it's not blank, should be plain text. You don't want, for example, Excel formulas in your data fields. You also don't want any commas. Search for commas and delete or replace them with another character. Since the comma is what's used in a CSV to define a field, if we leave the comma here in del, INC, when we import the file, the manufacturer will be Dell, but then the machine model will be INC and the primary MAC address will be PowerEdge SC420. That's why we need to clean up the commas. One more thing to know about the CSV file. You do need an asset name for each data record. You can't leave that field blank. We'll save the file and we'll confirm when Excel asks us that yes, we do want to keep the CSV format. Now we'll do the import. On the Asset Management page, click the up arrow to import. Click the Browse button and find the CSV file. Then click Upload File. Now here's a list of the column names. We used column names in our CSV that are exactly the same as the ones Site Manager uses, so it automatically identified that. If we have a column header that's not one of the ones Site Manager knows about, we can use the menus to match our column names to the ones that are defined in Site Manager. We need to specify at least one key column up to as many as 3. Key columns identify an asset uniquely. We need this so that Site Manager will know whether it needs to add a new asset or to update an existing one with new data. In another video we discuss key columns in more detail. For now, let's just choose asset name as our key column. If you have more than one site in your Site Manager, choose the site you want to import to and then click the button to import the asset data. You'll get a message reporting how many records were added and updated. And when you go back to the Asset Management page, you'll see the new assets have been added to your Site Manager.